video in your ass, he would be getting, he'll go down the drain too. Everyone would get the smoke. Him, you, me.
I don't know. You push someone to have a mental breakdown, and then what? Like, I don't get it. Like,
okay, I have a question before you leave, because you're probably gonna leave instead of making a point. But that's what you usually do. So, you're probably gonna leave instead of making a point. So, how did I push you to a mental breakdown when I did nothing?
With your friend yesterday, and how he's just as some sort of god, and I have to defy logic for him to apologize because I said some mean words. I said some mean words, so he's gonna dox me, right? That's just, oh my god. I said some mean words to a grown man. Okay, I don't care if it's him. I'm me. Why don't I get the free pass too? Why don't I get the free pass too?
Okay, why are you going at me then? Why are you going to say it's my fault? What is it? It's him. He's a grown man. The actions that he does is what he does. The actions that you do is what you do. The only thing that I did was I said you liked me. That's it. And then I said, well, yeah, literally. That's it. That's all I did to you.
Okay, I don't understand, like, that's all I said to you, and, like, I don't understand how 3 fucking words can do all of this, and then I'm still dealing with it the morning after. Like, can I eat my food? Does there have to be more drama? I mean, is this literally the lifeblood of everyone here? Like, can I just talk? Like, can people just leave me the alone?
You can't say really everything.
Like, seriously. Like seriously, like this is insane. It's like these people like live for it. It's like they literally cannot live without drama. Like they just get bored, and then they just someone, and then they push them to like literally lose their mind, and then there you go. There's content. There's content, and then that's it.
These people. When literally no one here has done that.
Okay, I mean, you wanted to talk to me.
Because I want to know why the f*** you said that.
Gee, I wonder why.
It's your fault. Okay, well, you already told. Okay, go ahead and leave. You'll cry. Go cry to your little corner. I don't care no more, bitch.
Yeah, I know you never cared.
Yeah, exactly. Go manipulate someone else.
Yeah,
that's what you're good at, right? That's what you've been doing the whole time.
Yeah, pop off with your drama, because you can't live without it.
Pop off. Get this Australian African fucking hooligan. Always wanting to kill herself and slit her wrist. This sent a picture of a rope on the noose and it was small as the could her hands more than her fucking head. This like fucking dick in her ass. I bet you she poops all over it. You, June. I'm killing myself. Grandma, stop. Shane, I love you. Wolf, I love you. You're special to me. Nisky, I love you. But I'm gonna block you tomorrow because someone hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna hear you out. I'm gonna block you and say you made me want to myself. I'm my wrist right now. I'm going to the hospital. You have to believe me. You have to believe me. Please. Okay.
20, when a previously unknown Australian artist took the YouTube algorithm by storm. Her name was Suicide, and her new style of atmospheric hellscapes paired with energetic drum breaks resonated with hundreds of thousands of listeners.
November 1st, 2021, I released a video. At that time, I wanted to experiment by talking about an artist that hadn't received their own dedicated video on YouTube. And one of those artists is June, also known as Suicide. Having recently blown up on the internet thanks to her songs like Mr. Kill Myself and albums like Draining Up Story, I thought she would be a perfect fit to make a video on. That video would be Suicide, the rise of this creepy artist.
So the title of the chapter being Why Us was a vague reference towards why did Sewer Slut start to talk to us in the first place. I know in the last video that I did about them where I was painting them in such a really nice light, I promised that I wouldn't talk about them in the first place. But such events have caused me to change my motive, but not in the way that most people would think, but in the sense that I shouldn't really let this slide and actually should really be serious about this, because this person is not a good person. This person is very mentally ill. This person actively manipulates and hurts people for their own benefit to the point that it actually causes problems. And me and my friends had realized too late about that situation, because once they started having serious confrontations with the group members that I was part of, it just sprang a conundrum in mine and another person's head that maybe we shouldn't be defending this person. Maybe we shouldn't be on the side that is currently losing, and maybe we should actually cover a topic about this. Now, the person I'm talking about is going to be making a video in their own way, and they're going to be dogging on this person all they want, but I want to talk about this in a serious note, because something about this person is very, very wrong, to the point that they need general coverage, like actual bringing to the light, but not in the bad sense, because I'm not making this video to dog on anybody. This is a purely informative video to speak about Sewer Slut, or commonly known as June. Up top, I will throw up some images to prove that this person isn't mentally well, that they've been nothing but a manipulative person from my own personal experience, as well as what they've done to other people in the server to be manipulative to them as well. Because it's not fair that this person gets to go away scot-free and do what they want without being punished for the actions of their sins. It's unfair that people have to interact with this person and deal with this type of topic. In this first image here, it clearly shows what lengths that June is going to go through just to get somebody to follow and listen to them as easily as they can. Due to this person here being in a close tie with them to try to get information with them, they've been playing the whole I'm the victim card, which isn't really the card you want to play when talking towards people who actively expose people for a living. Now, from personal experience and seeing how they act, you can clearly see here with the images that I posted that they're playing the victim card very hard. I didn't want to say that they were playing the victim card without posting anything that actively showed they were playing the victim card, because clearly June wants to say that nobody was defending her for an action that she caused, shouting at a grown man online and full on just becoming fearful of this grown man because of what might happen, when nothing really was happening. They were just being an aggressive person and ended up becoming fearful for no reason. The conversation ended up starting due to a boundary that June crossed with one of the members of Nemesis, actually the leader of Nemesis. Alpha, or Cunt Boy here, actively was trying to set that boundary, or one of their friends were actually, and it caused a divide because they muted this person in the conversation. Like I will throw up an image of them saying and admitting that they muted this person, and then proceeded to talk shit about the person that was setting that boundary, and letting them know that it was uncomfortable for them to talk to Alpha or Wolfoa or Cunt Boy in this same way. A big problem that June has is that she likes to play the victim role and remove people when things get too hot. In this post right here, you can clearly see that Alpha or Cunt Boy was actively trying to talk to them. They were actively trying to have a decent conversation with them, but unfortunately, she was still stuck on this motive of they're starting shit with her for no reason, and started cursing at Cunt Boy, even going as far to say fuck you after a conversation. The switch in personality is very apparent when you can clearly see that they went from calm and endearing as well as hateful to straight up manic in an amount of seconds. They said, "You're a hypocrite. Hear me out, question mark? I already told you what happened and you don't give a fuck." Now, I was there and I heard both sides of the story, and I'm gonna tell you, a manic person who swaps from being happy to manic over a mental illness is a serious problem. There's more to this than just this alone. They were going out of their way to state that they want to have this mental breakdown, that this is their mental breakdown, like they are gonna have it, and everybody's gonna have to watch and listen. Like if we're innocent bystanders who are easily being manipulated by them. This is the hallmarks of somebody who's mentally ill, or the hallmarks of somebody who's very manipulative. Either way, they weren't standing for what we were trying to do. even talking to them was it was a no-go. Like, it was a nothing burger, because we couldn't even get a simple word across, like how Kampoi's trying here, without them speaking in all caps or talking in voice chat and straight up just being a problem, a very bad problem. Her delusions don't just stop there, though, as they proceeded to just go "fuck you, check the fucking chat" repeatedly over again, while being delusional towards Cuntboy, not wanting to listen to anything that they had to say, and not wanting to listen to the voice of reason, but actually to just have their manic episode and keep pushing it. And finally, with this last image, this is just apparent that they don't care about the voice of reason. Cuntboy goes, "If you're gonna block me without hearing me out, then that tells me that you're not worth a friend to have. I'm gonna strip and run aloof around the fucking apartment. Nobody can stop me." And then they respond, "Are you actually fucking serious right now?" This person really does not care about people's mental health. They don't care if they're manipulating them or not. Their manipulations don't just stop there, and I say this because they got in contact with another member of Nemesis by the name of Nizki. I'm not giving their real name, and nor do I have their real name, but I will be saying that this person here had some decent contact with this person, June, and it led towards an unexpected amount of company between each other. And it was a very one-sided relationship on both parts, due to the fact that June was simply just looking for a lustful interaction, a joking interaction, an interaction that could only, support an emotional trauma that this person desperately has. And Nizki was trying to actively calm this person down, but at the same time get them to admit to things that they have been hiding from the group for a long time. And I'm going to show you guys some imagery here that you guys might agree with or disagree with, but either way, you guys aren't the judge, juries, and executioner here. I'm just a guy sending a message. And clearly here you can see that they have the protectorate role all down packed. They're trying to coax June into not drinking alcohol and trying not to hurt themselves, but clearly it's really hard for June to make these promises, to promise not to hurt themselves, to promise not to drink. It's actually really hard to look at if you think about it, because of how damaged they are. And they've went as far as to let June know that they're still here for them, but they keep going on about how they're going to drink. They won't hurt themselves, but they are going to drink and blunt the pain. And Nizki's trying to get them to stop and think about what they're doing and actually act like a normal human being, trying to get them to listen to them. And I'm gonna say this as bluntly as I can without being rude, but these are definitely the hallmarks of a manipulative as well as broken person, a person who does not care for their own safety and clearly does not care for others' own beneficial will. And not to mention that they only care about removing the pain, not solving the problem or anything like that, due to the fact that Nizki's here telling them to focus on them. And they say that they do like the people that Nizki hangs out with and that they like Wolfoa or Cuntboy, but they don't really listen. They don't listen when it comes to us talking to Nizki. They just keep ranting on about what they talked about with Cuntboy, saying that they talked about it, and now that they think that this grown man named Grongo is after them. And clearly they really don't care about anything else. They are feeling a deep pain, and no matter what Nizki is giving them, no matter what type of care or nurturing figure that they're trying to be, June doesn't care at all. Their manipulative side is taking hold, and they're holding on to just this idea that nothing can happen, and that it's just scars, and that people are just gonna have to deal with the fact they're gonna hurt themselves. They're going through the process that sounds like self-destruction. At this point, it's apparent that they're going into a manic episode. They're complaining, but at the same time they don't want to listen. They're fighting for themselves, but at the same time they don't care if somebody's fighting for them, saying as though I'm gonna cut because it's the only thing that works. And it's really hard to look at. Another thing that pushes me to believe that they're a really good manipulator has to do from the fact that they went to Nizki, told them about a conversation that Grongo was having with them, and said that they were threatening them, when in reality that wasn't the case. When I looked over the chats, and I don't have screenshots for them, they clearly were not in that same light. They weren't threats. They weren't anything like that. It just seemed as though June was just trying to manipulate Nizki into believing that that was the case. And regardless, all of her attempts have failed due to Nizki being a good person. They wanted to make sure that June was being taken care of, no matter what happened, regardless if they were saying that they were being blacklisted, regardless of if they wanted to hurt themselves and get rid of everything that they worked. Nizki sat there the entire time and took all of it, letting her know that he was going to be there until the end of time, just so that way she wouldn't do anything messed up. Now, I've had my fair run-in to do the same thing, but not as advanced as this. And as you can clearly see, as I've said before, the relationship on both sides was a very one-sided relationship. One wanted to protect the other, and the other wanted self-decimation, self-harm, and overall just an annihilation of the embodiment of their self, to the point that it just screamed a damaged and hurt individual. Like, this person has been dealing with problems since way before they met our group, but it seems now that it's coming out the most, and it's being used in a manipulation tactic. It's clear at this point that this person does not care about themselves at all. They only care about hurting themselves, even going as far as to show Nizki a fake noose that they made to try to manipulate them into giving them the more and desperate attention that they want and so desperately crave. It's really not a good relationship in general, regardless if they're just doing it to help the person or not. And in this image here, you can clearly tell that, like, they've told somebody else about what's going on. They believe that people were being turned against them, and they can they keep talking about how boundaries were set and that it was a week ago and that they didn't do anything, while Nizki's still here trying their hardest to let June know that it's okay. But it's clear that June doesn't care about all of that. June just cares about themselves and only cares about how much attention that they can possibly milk from Nizki and others. At this point, you can see the picture that I'm trying to paint very clearly, and it's not even painting it, it's just a full-on black and white photo. This person doesn't care about Nizki, and Nizki cares about June very, very much. They're clearly just manipulating others just so they can feel something, while also pocketing any of the information that they can get from them for future use, which isn't really good, because in the long run, June ends up hurting themselves longer and longer and more as they keep trying to manipulate other people, as people start to learn that they're a manipulative person. Where do I even begin with this epilogue? I feel like I've covered a lot in this topic and I've showed a lot, and yet there still has been a lot that I have yet to share. There is a lot of information that has yet to be released. So in rapid succession, I'm going to throw up a lot of the images on the screen, and I'm gonna let you guys for yourself go through and read what has been said, what hasn't been said. They might be out of order, they might not be out of order, but to be honest, that's all I want to cover from this topic. Now, take a look. As you can see from all the screenshots that I've shown, and this being the end of the video, that June is not a mentally well person. They've emotionally manipulated everybody that they've met. They've gone and made friends and then turned them into enemies, and then actively just caused problems for themselves the entirety of the time that they've been in the community. I wish that I could save them. June, if you're listening to this now and you're watching my video, I wish that I could save you properly and get you the help that you need. But everybody when they see this video, needs to know that there's something seriously wrong with you, and that they shouldn't take you seriously, but at the same time, they shouldn't just disregard your words, because you need help. If you don't get help from me, or if you don't get help from your sister, or your mom, or Nizgi, or Wolfoa, please try to get yourself some help. That being said though, this is the end of the video. I love every one of you guys who have watched this video and gave it the support and attention that it needed, and I hope to talk to you guys about a different topic soon, because right now I'm mentally drained about talking about this person. It's been MX Mutex. It's been real. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.